Okay.
Yeah. So he's waiting for him to connecting his audio.
Audio.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Okay, there we go. Hello, guys. What's up?
Yeah, man.
How you doing?
Okay.
Hey.
So I've got with me my co-host, which is Omar, on our Can We Talk podcast.
Okay.
So we got
right.
Levi, and who you with, Levi?
This is Mr. Joe Shivers right here.
Okay.
That's one half of the difference, right?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
half of the difference. Yeah.
Okay.
Pleasure to meet you
I
guys.
love the song "Home for Christmas." I love that.
Oh, great.
And a big fan, Levi. Big fan.
One love, my brother. One love.
Yeah, since we've it's very much like a throwback sort of track, which
Yeah.
we see what Bruno Mars with Silk Sonic are doing now seems to be the in thing. So it's good that you guys came through with it. But as I said, both Omar and I we'll sort of ask questions, but it'd just be good, Joe, just to get from you, just like where you're from and then how you got into music, so we can sort of get it at the background.
Okay. Well, I'm from where this guy's from.
Patterson, New Jersey.
Patterson, New Jersey.
Okay, a lot of talent out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was the rest of that question?
Yeah. So you're out of New Jersey, but how did you get into music, I guess?
Oh man, just I was kind of like one of those guys that sang in the closet, and and when I was in the Air Force, it kind of forced me out a little bit, and I got to do a little, participate in a talent show once or twice, and the bug bit me.
Okay.
So I started singing for a little while. Then I went back in the closet for a minute, and when I came back out, it was for being challenged at a karaoke contest, and of course I had to have a couple of drinks first.
Karaoke brought you back out.
Karaoke brought me back out.
Okay.
And that's something. And got with a band after that, and just started. The bug bit me, and just wanted to do something.
Mm.
He was doing a lot of cover stuff, cover band stuff.
Yeah.
What was the name of that group? Second Chance.
Second Chance. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a bad name.
Okay.
They gave me an opportunity.
Okay.
And
get that karaoke brought him out and gave him a second chance.
A second chance, yeah.
So how did you meet Levi? Are you old friends or?
Hey, this is my cousin.
We cousins.
Oh, my bad. Okay, I got you.
I raised this guy. No, I'm only
You raised
him. Nah.
No, but musically, is real. That's real.
Mm.
Musically, he raised me.
Yeah, he is talented.
I'm a little bit older.
Okay.
Okay, so with the duo, The Difference, we don't get many duos. So can you tell us the story behind the name, who came up with that, and then how did you guys settle on being a duo?
Well, long story short, we started out as 4. And the original name was 42C. And we, along the way, we trials and tribulations, we lost 2 members. And we was going back and forth with a third guy. And then we finally, I don't know, they didn't have the same desire, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't even answer for them. But we decided to just stick to what, the 2 of us that really wanted to do what we wanted to do.
And when he approached me to produce the album, he approached me, he said, well, you guys, they were working with some other producer, and this dude told them he was trying to get them this sound, and he knew better. He said, well, he was going along with it. So he said, I got a cousin in Blackstreet. And everybody's like, yeah, right, sure, you got a cousin in Blackstreet. So he contacted me, and he's like, oh, okay, it's real. Okay. So anyway, he contacted me, let me hear the music that they were doing with this other producer, man. And the songs were great, but this guy, obviously, he didn't understand what real soul music is about, you know, R&B.
Okay.
Basically, I don't want, you know, he's one of the other people, you know, that,
Okay.
you know,
I got you.
we'll keep it like that. But anyway, you know, they were trying to do that soul thing and it didn't quite come out right. So he came to me and, you know, obviously I'm into hip hop and R&B and stuff
Right.
like that. But
So you brought in some flavor. Yeah.
yeah. So, you know, I'm just into everything. You know what I mean? I go back and forth. I'm into country music, whatever it is. I'm like, I always like to say in that Ray Charles had, he had a saying that says, he used to say, every music has a soul. It's how your soul connect to it. And that's how I approach production. You know what I mean? So if somebody hired me to say, hey, I want you to do a classical record, I'm going to figure out the soul of it. I'm going to find out the soul of it. So long story short, they had a third member. They had 4 guys, and it came down to 3 guys. And their third member that they had, which I like to call him crazy, this guy is out of his mind.
Okay. Oh, that's just not a nickname. It's just, okay.
Yeah, he's just bugged out. It's bugged out. That's the only word I can come up with. Anyway, this guy, he could sing, but he wasn't committed. You know, they approached me and they said, we want to do an album. I said, well, y'all know I only do it one way, is the right way. So I had to assess the situation and, you know, I wanted to make age appropriate stuff for them too. You know, I didn't want them to be like some old guys in the room with the white shoes on, you know. Watch out there now. We didn't want to do that. So I said, look, classics never dies. Classic music never dies. You know, we still love the Temptation. You know what I'm saying? So I said, how can we, you know, figure out the sound for them? So I said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to keep it classic, man. You know, we're going to make good music, give them that whole vibe, a little Mac Daddy in there, you know what I'm saying? Great harmonies. Because he got the greatest tenor in the world, you know what I mean?
I know. It's beautiful, actually.
Oh, it's, you know, you got to hear this guy. Wait till you hear the rest of the album. It's incredible, man. They got another single.
I thought it was very smart that you came out with the holiday record because it is close to the holidays. And that's the first single from this project?
I always knew I would like you.
Oh, okay.
You think
I just thought it was smart.
So you picked that up right away. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that your partner didn't pick it up, even though he was sleeping on us the other day. He was real sleepy the other night. This guy was falling out, man. I said, hey,
that sounds like Nnamdi. Yeah, that sounds like him.
Yeah. So anyway, so you know, once we figured out that these 2 guys had that voice, because when you listen to Jerry, he kind of sounded a little bit like the guy in Surface a little bit. And he got that tenor. He's always been, I've known him for years, he's always had that tenor. And, you know, he's just, I didn't know he was trying to pursue this for real, you know, because he was more into sports. You know, we used to go see him when I was young, seeing him play basketball, baseball and all that stuff. I didn't even know he was into music, you know. So, you know, they came by and we just started recording, man. And they recorded all the stuff, man. I said, let's come up with some great songs. You know, I would come up with the hooks and the melodies and music, and we just started writing, man. And we said, I told them the first thing we need to do is do a Christmas record.
Okay.
That Christmas
record,
right? I play it
and we posted it. It's gotten good reviews. Let me read some of the reviews from the viewers. So from Tanya H says it's a breath of fresh air. David Morris says, love this classic and heartfelt. So love this classic and heartfelt. That's and Jacqueline C says perfect group and perfect song to bring in the holidays. Marv says this is hot, fire emojis. So yeah, it's really getting some good responses. I loved it. I really like the classic approach. You know, it feels good to have that tenor coming in there, that falsetto. I miss that kind of singing. You know, so tell us, how did you guys go about coming up with this concept though? It's a duo. The difference is an interesting name. It's very it sets you apart. Like it's a very interesting, intriguing name. So
Well,
it's clearly a duo. We don't get many of those. So
it didn't happen. I mean, it didn't start it like we didn't want to make it a duo. We really was searching for this third person.
Yeah.
We had a guy by the name of Duke. He was the third guy in the group, but he had some medical issues, and it was gotten to the point where he could no longer perform or sing. So it just ended up. So,
but even with the production of the songs, you know, when you have the trade-off, sometimes the duos, they'll trade off with the verses, but sometimes you have duos and one of the duo, you know, one half of the duo just does a lot of the background and one takes the lead. You know, with the two male vocalists, do you guys share that duty in all the songs? Because we only have one song right now. So this just sets up what we can expect in the future?
Absolutely.
That formula? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Well, even in the 3-man setup, it was all rotating as far as lead went. So it just kind of naturally stuck as a duo to continue to do it that way.
Plus, these guys, they got such unique voices. You know what I mean? As far as me producing, I saw it that way altogether. I said, you know, we can't just do. I kind of took a little bit of the Blackstreet sort of style of us kind of trading off and doing different things like that. And I said, well, you guys are strong in your own rights. You're a strong tenor, and he's a strong like natural singer as well as Jerry's. I said, you know, well, let's just keep it like that formula, like a Hall and Oates or Sam and Dave. Those guys. McFadden and Whitehead. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you know, who else? Yeah, you know, and we haven't seen that in a while. Was JoJo, Casey and JoJo.
And JoJo, yeah.
Right.
But I guess the question. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I guess the question is and we've spoken about this quite a lot. Is the way the industry is, you know, trying to make money through album sales can be quite challenging. And so what is some groups put out an album in a way just to keep their name out there, so the promoters and get a buzz. What's the general thoughts and intention when you put out an album now?
Well, here's my thing with that. Of course, you know, we have a fan base, Blackstreet. It's like this, right? What I tell new artists, I said, look, you can't stop your dream. The thing you got to do is not chase money. You have to chase the idea. Ideas are the things that trap money. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking on this Zoom here. That was an idea. You know what I'm saying? You know, he didn't say, I got to get this money first. He said, let me create this idea first. And then that idea brought that in. Okay, now the music industry is the old way it's done. You know, that's done. You can't even think coming out like that, you know? So the way I look at it is like the way phonographs, you know, records first started out. It started out as advertisement anyway. You know, the 45s, you know, it was like $1.25 or something like that. Right. Okay, but then you had to have something to play it on. So the record player cost more. So the music was the advertisement to make you buy the bigger product. So now the power that artists have is the fact that we can go direct to consumer. You know, we don't in a minute we don't in a minute we won't even have to use Spotify and all that stuff. We can pretty much get away with just YouTube and podcasts, just like regular radio. I mean, we're talking to you guys from across the sea. You know what I mean? That's more powerful than local radio to me. You know what I mean? So, you know, understanding the technology and where it's going, I think it's going to be great. I don't think it's going to be an album market anymore because people's attention span is different now, you know? Yeah. So we're looking at it like a singles market. EP market, maybe putting out,
Right.
instead of putting out a whole album, we'll put out a single, which is a Christmas song, which was perfect for the holidays. And then we'll
Right.
another single, and then maybe another single after that, and then maybe an EP after that, you know. And we're just gonna work it, man, you know, thanks to people like yourselves, you know, giving us a light and giving us a platform, you know, and we're just gonna work different platforms, you know.
Now, what I'm excited about is that you guys are positioned to take advantage of a highly ignored market, like demographic, you know, because I mean, when you listen to most music today, it's geared to the, you know, the kids.
Yeah.
And so you guys are bringing something that appeals to a highly, you know, ignored demographic, the I would say probably maybe 35 and up. So maybe 40 and up. I mean, I just think that is
Oh, yeah.
that market is highly ignored. So how do you think do you guys have people in place to make innovative ways to reach those markets? Because you know, most of us in that age range, we're not necessarily consuming music the same way we used to by listening to the radio. A lot of us complain that we can't find good music, you know, and so how do you get your product and your music in the faces of in the ears of the consumers that would love to hear this? Because when I heard that song, you know, the Home for the Holidays, I'm sorry, Home for Christmas, um, it was just like, like somebody said, it was a breath of fresh air. And I was like, wow, I missed feeling like this or hearing this. So it's like I
Well,
want to find where I can find something like that, you know?
well, the beautiful thing is social media, man. Social media platform, like your platform, you know what I'm saying? And we're working that social media avenue for sure. And that's been great for us because like you said, we're not chasing the money, we're chasing people and we're chasing ideas.
Right.
And that's all we care about.
Taking
you know?
it back to grassroots, to the
There you
people.
go.
Yeah, I love that.
There you go.
There you
With
go.
some quality stuff.
Not to mention that I'm a part of that demographic. So we're kind
Right.
of,
You know what you want to hear.
yes, we're appealing to our own demographic.
Grown people music.
Right. So is there when you're, you know, when you're performing, is there any songs you like to cover and perform live? Or like what's your favorite songs to perform?
Ooh. Oh, there's several. That's a trap. That's like a trap question. Because
Well, I got a suggestion because you know I love one of your songs, Levi. You guys should cover that song, "Ordinary Love." I love that song.
Yeah, hey,
Well,
But
here's the deal with that particular song. There's going to be a reboot on that. Y'all heard that?
okay.
Yeah. What they do live is dang, I said that crazy. What they do. But anyway, sounds crazy, right? What they do. What's happening is we did a cover song on their album by the Delphonics. That might be a
I
little
can see
before
that.
you guys' time. The Delphonics. Oh man, that guy had the best. He got that tenor, man. You know. So we contacted them and they said it was okay. We got the licensing for it. We covered a song called "Break Your Promise." Wait till you guys hear this. Now we did this song way before Bruno Mars and them guys. This song is on that vibe, and when you guys hear it, you're gonna love it. I mean, it's the harmonies. I stripped the song down. Originally, the song had all this big production, strings and all that stuff. I said, well, I'm gonna strip the song down and concentrate on the vocals and put those out front more. I'll send you guys a sneak peek.
Okay.
We're in the mixing stages.
Okay.
I'll send you guys a sneak peek on it.
I'm glad you brought up Bruno Mars because he is opening up a new lane. You know, he's bringing back the interest in that 70s, early 80s stuff. So I think that, you know, this is perfect timing.
Yes.
What were we gonna say, Nnamdi?
Yeah,
No,
I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Levi.
Well, I think the world is in a nostalgia anyway. You know, people are looking back and like my kids, they'll say, hey, they don't even listen to a lot of the new stuff. They listen, I guess because they hear me playing certain things. They're major Blackstreet fans, all the 90s stuff and 70s. It's crazy. My grandsons, I have a grandson. He talk all 70s stuff. He go to me, hey Papa, right on. You jive turkey.
Yes.
I'm like, yo, hey, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Where do you get that from? He heard me say it. I'm joking him, I'm watching the old movies, what's the JD's Revenge and stuff. This guy.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, here's the thing with me. It's like, look, we found up here, there's a big market for like stepping. When R. Kelly came out with Step in the Name of Love, that is a big movement out here. These guys do a lot of events at a lot of their events. And when they do events, they do 3-day events up here.
Wow.
And they rent out a whole hotel and it'll be a whole steppers kind of conference, man.
Oh, I think I saw Steve Harvey post something about like that.
Yes.
Recently.
So there was a kid named K. Sean. He had a song called Out Here on the Ocean.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
In the steppers world. So that's where I'm kind of leaning them towards, with some of their up tempos and stuff. And then their stuff is they're bringing back dressing and really putting on the costumes and giving people a show, man, as opposed to coming out there with your pants off your butt, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, they look real sharp in that video.
Yeah,
that's too much, man. It's like
we throwbacks. We throwbacks. We love the music that we grew up on, and basically it's kind of like inbred, so to speak. Because that's.
Well, tell us some of your inspirations. Like, who are some groups that you model yourself after, or that you listen to?
Oh man, I'm from the old school, so I'm the Stylistics, the Blue Magic, Delphonics, those types of guys, the Temptation. All that has never died. For me. And then you got new guys that I admire, guys like
Blackstreet.
Blackstreet, Eric Benet. I like that brother.
Okay. I do too. Yeah.
What's the brother's name?
Joe.
Joe.
Like this Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, we had the same name. I had to.
All right.
But what? One of the things I think, because we talk about how the industry's changed. It's less writing but more visuals. So, if we had performances of you guys, even if it's stripped back, Levi on a guitar or somebody playing the piano, and you guys are doing 1 or 2 tracks, covers, and on your own stuff. It's the kind of stuff that goes viral, slowly. A lot of times hip hop, they one of their tracks gets viral on TikTok, and that's how it spreads 3 years later. But with R&B, it's really always been about the live performances captured, and people seeing it stripped down and really getting into it. They sometimes don't, people don't necessarily like the production because if they feel as if they're being marketed. But if they saw you just sitting down with a piano singing a track, it's like, wow, who is this guy? What's the song? So, it would be great for you guys to capture some of your performances or even set it up, and that's going to be a good way of really getting the buzz around for you guys.
Oh yeah,
we'll post them.
Trust me, every song they do, we can do it with stripped down to acoustic guitar.
But you're recording it, filming it, so you can post it out. So that's the thing I'm more getting at to, people capturing.
Yeah, we're doing a Christmas party probably a couple of days before Christmas, and they're gonna perform live at the Christmas party. And it's gonna be a stripped down kind of thing with me on acoustic. I might have another guy playing with me because I want to have a fuller acoustic sound, but it's gonna be no microphones, just acoustic guitar and these guys, and because we want to give people something. We want to give them the real flavor of the song.
Yeah,
I mean, and it sounds great live too, man.
Yeah, but as long as you video record it, because that's the kind of stuff where people can see it and feel it and think, okay. And I talk about Adele a lot, but a lot of her success has come down to she does a lot of performances here in England. Just has somebody on a piano, and then she just sings, and it's just you can listen to the lyrics, you can hear her voice, and it's not a big show, and those are the things that generate the buzz. All from even the ginger guy, Ed Sheeran. Yeah,
we should do that, man. you guys and us should put together something. I think that'll be a great addition to your show, man. You know, we fly over,
Yeah.
and bring a guitar, and we just come in the studio and do it. But we're gonna do some things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, please do, because I think that's where people get to. As I said, the way you see the way you see the audience, they like if they see somebody Blackstreet in concert live, it's like, well, that's great. More so than the music video, because the seeing you perform live and hearing the vocals seems to generate a lot more interest than a curiosity. And so it would definitely be great for you guys to as you're building up towards the release of the next single, is to build a portfolio of live performances of your song and different songs, so people can get a flavor of your real talent and stuff. You know, J-Lo spoiled the market with autotune, so we want to make sure that it's studio enhanced stuff.
Well, we also wanted. Oh, go ahead.
We're looking forward to that.
We also want you to get out here, because we don't want everybody thinking that Bruno Mars originated that style. Like we need more people to be aware of where it came from. You know, so it's exciting.
Absolutely. But the good thing about Bruno, I like, is he acknowledges that. So that's a cool thing.
He does.
He brought Bootsy Collins on the album, so that was giving respect to the OGs. So I give him a thumbs up for that. Now, if he would have came out and said, I started this sound, and come on, man. I'll go back and get the dramatics and get those guys. Matter of fact, I can chop your song up and show where you got those parts from. You know what I mean?
But Levi, because you know, if you come from the background and the fact that you know, an international recording artist, watching somebody like Bruno Mars go back, you know, he did the New Jack Swing with his 24 Karat Gold album. Then he's come with the 70s feel. And one of the things, I've listened to the Silk Sonic album, and it just feels as if they got a band, you know, real musicians. It sounded like a musician. It sounded like how Quincy Jones used to get session musicians to do the stuff. But why do you think other established artists are afraid to experiment with live musicians in the studio?
Well, do you remember back in, like, let's say the 70s and in the 80s, you had bands, you had Prince, you had The Time, and those kind of guys. Yeah. Well, okay. The music business is a lot of shady stuff going on. So it's all about control. So a lot of times with a band, it's kind of hard. There's no democracy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, they got a band. We can't control these guys. So a lot of times these record companies will go get the lead singer and kind of ease him out on a solo tip, because it's easy to control him. You know, and it's more economical as opposed to dealing with a whole band. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure this guy's right. So that's one of the reasons. And the other reason is drum machines came into play, sequencers came into play, and music was being produced faster like that. And so when you got the corporations, you know, trying to get paid and stuff like that, they want the easiest thing they can get done. Just like, look at some of the hip hop stuff. I mean, I love hip hop. I like lyrics though, but some of this stuff, man. I mean, I got a nephew. He got this little box and he makes beats with it, and they record records out of that. I mean, and then you had the cats that sample, and I had a little discussion. I did a seminar, and these kids was coming in with all these samples, and they was like, "Yo, I did this." I said, "No, you didn't." I said, "What you did was sample this." "No, I'm saying," I said, no. I said, "There was 7 guys that went in a room and recorded this stuff. You took a record and you sampled that. There's creativity in that, but you got to give these guys respect." And I said, "What's going to happen to you, young guy, is you're going to go try to put this record out, and you're going to get hit with licensing fees. You don't understand what that is. That's like somebody coming to you and say, 'Hey, I'm going to take your ear and your arm. That's all I want, and I'm going to make money on it, and you get nothing.' It don't work like that, you know." So there was a lot of that stuff going on. But I tell you, to see Bruno Mars doing that give a lot of people inspiration to know that you can do that, you know. And plus, it's mostly an economical thing, you know, because it's expensive to fly 8 guys around the world, all these cats, and it was very expensive. So when it came down to a solo artist, especially guys that are multi-talented, can play all the stuff, you know. I mean, if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, money standpoint, it's easier, you know, and that's the thing. But I think it's coming back to artists are taking charge of that, you know, and that's the beautiful thing. And like I said, platforms like what you guys got and the internet itself is making it possible for the fans to see groups and hear stuff and experience that. And a lot of times the fans, they don't mind paying to see that stuff. They don't mind paying to get it, to experience it. You know, it's just the record company, they're into control. So they got, hey, we can't let them get out there. They know they can make that money on their own. What do they need record companies for?
Yeah.
And that's happening right now.
Well,
So since the
go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, since the difference seems like it's very direct to consumer, where can they find the difference on social media? How can we follow them? How can we support their music?
You can go to TPI Records 2, number 2.com, and all of the social media is linked to that.
TPI Records 2.com. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they all got Instagram page. What's your?
I have no idea.
Hey.
You know, I'm a dinosaur, man.
Yeah. So anyway, but there's going to be some more platforms coming up, so where you can also get more content on these guys. You know.
Right. We understand you're starting out, so.
Yeah. No. So I did try and access it, but it would be good if we just get an email with the link so that we make sure we got the right numbers, the right details and stuff.
Okay, I'll send you all that.
Yeah, if you send it, so we can make sure when this goes out, we can get people, because that's really it. You know, it really is about, you know, an Instagram account with you singing. You know, that's how, you know, people consume music. Mainly half our audience, when we did a poll, 55% said YouTube's where they listen to music. Then about 30% was radio. So and then 15% Spotify. And this is Black consumers from 45 to 55.
Well, you can see the video. It's on YouTube on WJMB, which is called, it's World Jam Music Beat, but it's WJMB, BET.
So it would definitely be great for you guys to have, like, because I've gone on there as well, and there's some different videos here and there. So it would be great just having like your own YouTube page, with your uploading your videos, uploading your performances, link to your Instagram, because then people can start to follow and watch and stuff. So it's easy to, you know, so whatever, if it's TPI Records, if it's but just having your own YouTube channel, link Instagram, so all the videos are constantly posting, and even Facebook, and it just gives us a sense of destination, how we learn about you guys and everything, because it's the way things are now, you know.
No, you're right. No, that's gonna happen. You're gonna see all that in the next day or two.
Okay.
Everything, you can see all that stuff in the next day or two, because we just finished the video, and I guess we got a little excited. And
yeah, I think that I figured that you guys were kind of just dipping your toe out to see how people, you know, just get a little sample, see what people were thinking about it. It's been successful. It's been successful. So
so in the next day or two, it'll probably be up by tomorrow. You know, everything.
Yeah, if you do,
with no help from me.
Yeah, these guys put a lot of weight on me, man. I'm like, hey, man.
Well, he's the talent. Like, you know, he's the talent. Like, you got to take care of the talent, man.
Yeah.
And,
the young fellas,
you know,
the young fellas, they know all the technology. So.
Yeah.
And see, this is a beautiful thing. Two brothers helping each other out, and you. So who's actually doing the writing? Are you guys involved with the writing? Are you? Okay, great.
I played all the instruments. Rains played all the instruments. we write together. I come up with hooks, and we
Right.
just make it happen.
And it's good to see you more out front too, Levi, as far as production, because I think a lot of people are not aware that you are a producer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've seen some things you've done. You did something with another group too, right?
Yeah.
What is their name?
My
Three.
godfather. It's a group called
Yeah.
3 Below 0. My
Three.
godfather is in
Yeah.
the group. He's the older guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of cool. He's a funny guy. He kind of, got me started like when I was 14, and he's had some songs. I said, well, let's work with him. He's a great writer. He actually co-wrote some of the stuff on their album too.
Oh, okay.
His name
I
is
just came across that song "Sweeter," and I loved it.
Sweeter.
I'm like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah, Sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So,
like
now, what did you say the name was? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
3 Below 0, but it's looking like it's 1 below 0 now, because these guys stick together like glue. But Doc and the rest of those cats, man, I don't know, man. Those guys, and they have a Christmas record too, man. It's a great Christmas record, actually. But there's a particular guy in that group. I don't want to say his name. He's bugged out.
Okay. But the difference is where we are right now. The difference is where we are right now, and they look ready to go.
Yeah.
I like the product. I'm excited to share. You guys share that with us, because when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is something, and it's refreshing to hear that kind of harmony, that approach to singing, and it's a lot of ladies. They are glad to see some respectable looking guys up there singing in that way, and so I'm glad to see it. So
you guys gonna love the we got a song called Heaven. It's about ladies. We're telling them she's like heaven to us. You know what I mean? He came up with the idea, and I just happened to have a song, some music that I thought it worked with, and I told him, well, we need to do this like Barry White style. So I got him to rap in the beginning, all that stuff. I say, that's what's happening, man. And, I'm a big Barry White fan, because my dad thought he was Barry White. So I he wore me out with that. He used to have the process and all that. Oh, really? He really thought he was Barry White, man. My father really did, man. He had the Cadillac, drop top, a matching suit with, oh man, what they used to wear? What?
Wow.
What do y'all used to wear? Y'all used to wear those they used to wear rabbit furs. Remember?
Rabbit furs? Rabbit?
Rabbit. Yeah. Rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah, don't let Peter find out about that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
rabbits in the hood.
Yeah.
But you can't tell. You just fur. That's all we know.
No, you had to call it rabbit fur back then. That's what he said. He used to tell us, you don't know what this is. This is rabbit. We're like, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, I know that our time is about ending and stuff, but as I said, hopefully today is hopefully before the end of the week, this will go out to our audience. So it would be great to, as soon as we get the details from the website, the YouTube page, and the Instagram stuff, it will follow through. And but yeah, we definitely will look forward to capturing any live performances that you guys, the difference might come up with, which would also add to boost the profile, because it's all about the hits and the views and stuff, and generating that buzz, and that's what promoters are looking at as well. So, but definitely thank Joe for coming through. Levi, it's always a pleasure. We'll probably get Levi back later to talk about Blackstreet, as you come back in the new year. But we really wanted to at least shine a spotlight on the difference, and really make sure people get to know some good, wholesome music is on the way.
And don't forget they got a new single coming out.
And on behalf of my partner, Jerry, he says, hey, right on.
Jerry, don't worry.
Well,
well,
definitely hang in there, guys. I know that. Hang in there, stick with it.
Well, I know it's gonna cut off soon, but we'll definitely bring you guys back, and definitely thanks for joining us, and so